Welcome to the Avatar program. Soon, you're going to have a chance to undertake an amazing Na'vi rite of passage, flying on the back of this powerful animal called an Ikron, or, as we call it, a podcast.
There are thousands of Disney podcasts on the internet, and this is one of them. I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
I'm Jordan.
And you're listening to Mutineers! Go, Josh, now! Do it!
And tonight is M.O.D.O.K, the greatest show of all time, we'll tell you. On July 16th, we find out what is being stored behind Disney's attractions. Something in Canada didn't last long. Human-powered special effects, maybe. Jordan has a question, and for our main topic, now that it's actually open, we revisit Avengers Campus.
Josh, are you on a phone?
What's that?
I said, Josh, are you on a phone?
No, I'm on a ramp at an airport.
Okay, yeah, I think we need to address this at the very top of the show. Josh, once again, is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, here. I'll turn on my camera for once.
No, Josh, this is radio.
No, just
No, Josh, no. It's horrible. It's terrible.
Fire right there. See that fire?
Oh yeah, that is on fire.
Yeah. That is not the wildfire I'm on. That's the one next to the one. The one I'm on is over here.
Why are there so many fires?
I don't know. Global warming.
We don't call it that.
I'm more impressed that he's actually showing us all this on a payphone.
Yeah, that's the impressive part right there.
There is a casino across the street. So,
is it on fire? Wait.
What does that have to do with the payphone?
I don't think so.
You put money in a slot machine and money in a payphone. Wait.
Oh, that's right. I'm on a slot machine.
Jordan, have you never made a phone call on a slot machine?
No.
Well, why not? You haven't lived, sir. No, it's fantastic.
What kind of reception does the slot machine get?
4.
Did you ask how many miles per gallon to the slot
It gets 3 bars.
Damn it! That was such a better answer than mine.
Man, that was good.
Oh, good night, everybody. Should we just call it a show?
Yeah, that's the best joke we're gonna come up with tonight.
No, guys, I think we can do better. I mean, that was really good. Like, I'm not shitting on that joke. It was a fantastic joke. Let's see if we can top this. And then, like,
all right,
55 minutes later, we're going to be like, nope, we couldn't.
Narrator.
I mean,
they
first
were not
off,
able to.
First off, you need to name the episode. What kind of signal does a slot machine get?
I'm going to write it down right now. What kind of... How do you spell signal? Just kidding. It's my favorite Rush album, guys. I know how to spell signal.
So it's C-R-A-P.
No, you're spelling Cygnus. That's a swan. This is my swan song.
Yeah, no, the jokes aren't getting better.
I'm trying really hard.
Maybe that's the problem.
Oh. You know what? You're right. I'm not going to try anymore.
I didn't think you were, actually.
Oh. You son of a bitch.
You're just not funny.
I may not be funny, but guys, I am thirsty. And I just want to point out that I am drinking a frosty root beer.
Wish I had a frosty root beer.
It's okay.
I wish I had a frosty.
I would much rather have a frosty. Nice. Yeah. Could you... No. You know what? I was going to say, could you put a root beer in a frosty? Oh, if you had a vanilla frosty, you could.
What can you do with the chocolate frosty?
Chocolate and root beer is weird together.
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
No, I have not tried it.
Then how the fuck do you know?
Guys, I have to go. I have to go to Wendy's. Oh, today's episode is coincidentally brought to you by Wendy's. Weird. Wendy's.
Oh.
It's the beef or something. I don't know.
Wendy's. The beef is over there. I guess, maybe.
I don't think they're sponsoring this at all. It's not that Wendy's.
Did I say Wendy's? I meant Wendy. She's right over there. Hey, she's hanging out with Giuseppe.
Hold on a second. The podcat is trying to get into this room.
Yay! The podcat's here, guys. The episode is saved. The podcat is here.
Should I be worried that I can see fire?
I mean, you're a firefighter. No, you're not a firefighter. You're a...
No, they're behind me over here.
That is more concerning than anything, really. Oh, guys, here comes the podcat. 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 It's not here. Oh, there's the podcat. Hi, Stella.
Say hi to everybody, Stinky.
Hi. Oh. Wait, who are you talking to?
My cat.
Oh, I assumed you were talking to me. Usually when someone says Stinky, it's me.
I'm just used to say Stinky.
That's right. It kind of hurts my feelings.
So
anyway,
my daughter has a stuffed animal named Stinky Moose.
I've got a cat that we call Stinky. She's right here.
That's the official podcast of the Mickey Mutineers podcast. That was hard to say. Wait, can we make a Jordan, I need like a profile picture of Stella, and I'm gonna make a podcast shirt.
Okay.
Like,
I can do that.
Just like the best, just this area.
Okay. I know what a profile is.
Well, Josh has his camera turned off, so I was describing it for him.
Good save. Good save.
I also know what a profile is.
Shut up, Josh! You do not!
It's kind of like a mug shot, except just a side one.
Oh.
Don't they do that in mugshots?
Yeah,
but that's just a side one.
Damn it. All right. We have a lot to talk about. So, guys, is it time? Is it time now? Can we do this?
I might as well.
I think we can do this.
So, first up, before we get into news, before we get into all that stuff, Jordan, I want you to tell us about M.O.D.O.K on Hulu.
On Hulu, it has taken me 2 weeks to get to this damn show. But it was... I'm still watching it. I think I'm like 2 or 3 episodes away from finishing it. But it is so goddamn good. It is so much funnier than I thought this show was going to be. Back in like 2019, it was announced that Patton Oswalt was doing a Marvel show. This was also like after he had his stint on the other Marvel show, Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as some kind of android or something like that. I can't exactly remember what his character was. And the way I had read the article originally was that it was a continuation of Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I was like, Patton Oswalt? They're turning Patton Oswalt's character into M.O.D.O.K? And I don't know why I thought that. But no, that's not what it was at all. This was an original show that was stop motion animated, much like Robot Chicken. It's very much Robot Chicken whenever you watch it. But it's M.O.D.O.K, and he's running his AIM science laboratory, but he's the most incompetent boss in all ever. And his company gets bought out by some kind of like upstart, so he becomes an employee at his own company, and the entire he also has a wife and 2 kids. And the funny thing is that his wife is just a human, but his daughter looks like him and his son looks like a human as well.
Wait.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he's also going through a rough patch with his wife. Like he's pretty much on the borderline of a divorce. So not only is he trying to reclaim his company from some startup that took it out from under him, but he's also trying to save his marriage. And all with the voice of Patton Oswalt. And there's some deep cuts in there, man. Like I just watched an episode that Wonder Man was in. There was an episode with some like C-list tier villains. Like Mandrill was in an episode. I'm like, Jesus, man, they are like deep cutting it. And in the last episode I just watched, Arcade made an appearance.
Wait, who's Arcade? Like
Arcade is the X-Men villain from the 80s that had the murder funhouse.
That's the one. Look, you like last year, I want to say a year ago or a year and a half ago, you posted something somewhere of Arcade. What was it? Or you showed me.
I can't remember. I know that he just had an action figure release because Marvel Legends just put out a villains wave. And he was in it, and I'm like, oh shit, well, I have to buy this Arcade action figure.
That's what it was!
Yeah.
I think you sent me that announcement.
Actually, yeah, so a friend of mine actually picked up the figure for me, and I'm gonna get it sometime this week, so I can't wait. I'm really excited to have, like, this C-D list tier villain as an action figure, and I'm here for it. But anyway, back to M.O.D.O.K. So M.O.D.O.K, like, it's the type of, like, man, they must have like really spent a lot of time hammering out these scripts because the delivery of these jokes, and like some of it is just nonsensical, and I can't explain. I can't even give you a good example without you just watching the show, because some of the things that they come up with, I would have never have even thought. Okay, I'll give you one example. In the second episode, M.O.D.O.K and his wife are divvying up their CD collection, and their son comes over and looks at the CDs, and they're in like the old CD wallet booklets that we used to have back in the day,
like the big binders.
And his son, yes, and his son goes, "Who's Hoobastank?" and M.O.D.O.K goes, they're the Beatles of the early 2000s. And then his kid goes, who are the Beatles? And he goes, they're clearly the Hoobastank of the early 60s.
Nice.
And let me tell you, I have laughed so hard at these episodes, and I want more. I want more. And the fact that I keep going back to Patton Oswalt's voice, because Patton Oswalt's voice coming out of M.O.D.O.K, this very stylized version of M.O.D.O.K, is like it keeps tripping me up because like it is so hilarious, and I shouldn't love this show as much as I do, but I take that back. I should love this show as much as I do. As a matter of fact, I think I love it even more. But there's like a whole other part to the story that I'm not even telling you about because I want you to watch it. Like there is like an overarching story in it. But the humor and the jokes are all really fucking spot on.
I need to watch this. Okay, I have questions. I have two questions. One's an obvious one.
I'm okay.
Let me start with the obvious one. I'm guessing this is not considered part of the MCU.
No, that's why it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Not Disney Plus.
Excellent answer. Number two.
It's also on Hulu for a very good reason, because they curse a lot. And it's very violent.
That answers my second question, because my second question was going to be, can I watch this with my kids?
No, you cannot.
Can I watch it with his kids?
I still probably wouldn't. That would be weird.
What about, can I watch it with my kids? Because, you know, my kids swear just as much as I fucking do.
I'll probably watch it with your kids.
Okay, wait. Can I watch it with Josh's kids?
Might be a little weird. Not for Josh's kids, but for you.
Okay, last question. Can I watch it with your kids?
No. I don't have any kids.
That you're aware of.
I don't have any kids.
Oh, okay. I don't know where that joke was going. So, all right. So now we know who we can and cannot watch this show with. Can I watch it by myself?
Yes.
Will I watch it by myself?
Yes.
Will I have an entire large pizza devoured as I watch this by myself?
Yes.
Oh, man. This sounds amazing. I'm so in. You've sold me.
I watch this.
This show sounds great.
I watch this while I'm hiding behind Jake's couch, watching him watch it, eating pizza.
Oddly enough, that would be less weird than watching it with your kids. So yes.
Does Jake have to know I'm there?
No.
Okay, good. Because guess where I really am?
Wait, where are you?
Pulls back curtain.
Josh just kicks in my door right here. Guys.
Kicks in the door, pulls off the flag, rip away shorts.
No! But also, yes. One thing, okay, this is going to sound like an insane edit point and an insane change of subject, but it's going to loop around, so just follow me on this. I love my new apartment. Like, it has everything I need here. It's fantastic. The one thing I miss is the window to my kitchen, where it would be possible for Josh to burst through the window, somersault onto my bed, rip off the flag pants, exposing flag underpants, and then that's the end of that story. I just missed that one window.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Listen, man, we all have to make sacrifices.
Am I sacrificing Josh? I'm confused now.
That's fine. I mean, I've had a good run.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you?
Well, I jogged from over there back to over here earlier.
It's a good jog, not a good run. Damn it.
God damn it. All right, I seppuku.
All right, next up in news, guys. On the subject of television, did you hear about this? Have you heard? Apparently, there's going to be a show on Disney Plus that tells us what is physically behind each attraction at the Disney parks. Is it storage? Is it service roads? I don't know. But on July 16th, we're going to find out when Behind the Attractions debuts on Disney Plus.
I hope it's just the same cast member freaking trying to hide from his managers.
I mean, because he can't hide out front. He has to hide behind it. Come on, guys. This is as good as the jokes get now. Come on, behind the attraction.
If I knew this is what the jokes were going to be like, if I knew this is how the jokes were going to go, then I wouldn't have blown my load on the 3 bars joke from 15 minutes ago.
No, it's fine. We're going to get better. We're practicing. This is workshopping. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway. No, but seriously, there is a show coming out on July 16th on Disney Plus called Behind the Attractions, and it's not about the storage area behind the attractions. It's about the stories and like the making of or something. And news was sparse on what it actually is, but I don't even care. I'm already in. You tell me about more stuff concerning the attractions, and I'm good. I can't wait to watch it.
It's something because I just found the quick write up for it that Disney Plus posted on Facebook, and it said that it's from executive producers Dwayne Johnson, which is The Rock, Danny Garcia. I'm not too familiar with, or maybe I am and I just don't know it. But this last one is very interesting. Brian Volk-Weiss.
Who's that?
And that's interesting. He's the guy who did The Toys That Made Us on Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah. Neat.
So this guy knows a good documentary that appeals specifically to us.
Yep. I also should probably restart my Twitter campaign to get hired on the Toys That Made Us as a researcher and writer.
Now, when you say
no
Twitter,
one has paid attention to it. Well, no, like there was a time during November and December where I was tweeting to them once a day, and I would just like make a joke out of it, like continuing my daily quest to get hired on to the Toys That Made Us, and I would tag them in it as a researcher and writer. And I don't know if they saw it or if they did, they thought I was joking, or if I just straight up annoyed them.
I mean, if I was them, I would hire you after day 3. So I think you just need to push harder, man. You're absolutely right.
All right, done.
Restart the campaign. No, restart the campaign right now. You are, aren't you?
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, well,
doing it right now.
While Jordan restarts his campaign, I just want to. So on this tweet that Disney Plus sent out, that Jordan then sent to us, I just want to talk about. It's like a movie poster, or a very stylized movie poster of behind the attraction, and I just want to point out some of the attractions on this movie poster. Again, it's done in a very cartoony style. There's a train. I don't know if it's the trains around the parks or the Casey Jr. circus train from Disneyland. There's a picture of Space Mountain. There's a picture of the Small World facade. There's the monorail and the Contemporary Resort from Disney World. There's a Jungle Cruise picture. There is a picture of Darth Vader's TIE Fighter with C-3PO and R2-D2. And then a Haunted Mansion up in the top right corner. And right in the center is a generic Disney castle. So, I don't know if these are the attractions that will be covered in this.
Jake,
what?
Jake, that's generic.
No, that's right. It's a generic. Man, that's a deep cut. Is this the first time Bobby's World has been referenced on this show?
Can't be.
Bobby's World was a staple of my childhood. Anyway, if these are the attractions that this show will actually cover, I am going to be ecstatic, and I will be glued to the TV every second that this is on. So, yeah, that's behind the attraction. Speaking of Disney Plus, I do want to point out, next week, Loki is coming out. And,
not next week, this week. Like 2 days from now.
Oh, right. I'm a week behind. I thought it was last week still.
No, today's the 7th. It comes out on the 9th.
But when will then be now?
Soon.
But who was phone? Good. Our funny jokes are the running gags. Great. Anyway, so I'm going to announce this right now, and then I'll announce it at the end of the show. Next week, we are doing a Mutineer Disaster Hour, so we will not be talking about Loki until the week after. So in case you're wondering why we're not spending much time, there'll be 2 episodes out that we can touch on. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be the best episode ever. All right, next up in news, now we're moving to the parks. And speaking of moving to the parks, speaking of moving and people, let me tell you about this bit of news that came out today. Disney has filed a patent for let's see, how do I put this in words? Guest powered special effects on ride vehicles, specifically ride vehicles that the guests power, which would be Teacups and Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. I can't think of any other one that uses human power.
So, that's weird. Yeah, I guess that is probably the best way to say it. So it's basically something that... Oh, go ahead, Josh.
Now, you said guest-powered attractions?
Guest-powered vehicles on attractions, and this is just a patent, so...
That's just that bicycle roller coaster in New Zealand.
I know exactly what bicycle roller coaster you're talking about. I used to build that on Roller Coaster Tycoon just to piss people off. But no, it's not that at all.
Damn, I want to ride that thing. That'd be fun.
So the speculation on this is, for example, the teacups. they want to give like some sort of interactive special effects on the ride, like coming from the teacups. Again, this is speculation, rumors, but you can't run wires to each individual teacup. They'll twist eventually and just snap. And by eventually, I mean incredibly soon. So you put the diagram on the patent shows the teacup with like a battery underneath. So it's harnessing that kinetic energy, from the human arms that are spinning the cup. What kind of
the momentum? Yeah.
Whatever kind of special effects will come from this, I have no idea. Again, it's just patents aren't exactly the most informative things, but the fact that this is out there and that they did file this patent kind of has me excited.
It's a boat ride with a giant monster chasing the boat.
How is that human power? Wait, no! Josh is onto something here. I thought of another human-powered attraction. The canoes around the island.
Yeah, explore canoes.
Which I stand by that's not an attraction. That's just the people that got caught sneaking into the park. Row, you bastards!
Dude, I love that. That's one of my favorite things to do at Disneyland.
Row the Explorer canoes?
No, sneaking in and getting caught.
It's a weird fetish, but I'll allow it.
That's rowing the Explorer canoes, you idiot.
Oh, I kind of liked it better when you were like sneaking in and getting caught.
I didn't.
Well, you should have got caught
myself.
But so yeah, I don't know what kind of special effects these things have, but the fact that they're working on this. So what I relate this to, and we're gonna get more into this later on in the episode, is remember like a while ago where Disney filed a patent for some sort of animatronic stunt robot?
Mm-hmm.
Now we know what that was. Again, we'll get onto that Spider-Man animatronic in a second. But it's just, I wasn't expecting Spider-Man to come out of that patent, so I don't know if this is even going to be on the teacups or if they're just going to whip out some brand new ride somewhere. Sorry, I burped.
No, that's fine.
It's a new roller coaster. You guys got to just pedal up the lift hill. And after that,
no. You need to let go of the... You need to let go of the human-powered roller coasters. It's not going to happen. If it does, I'll burn it down like the Minion ride at Universal Studios. That wasn't me.
Wait, you don't want to get in shape and have fun doing it?
Those aren't mutual things. No.
Buddy, this isn't the Flintstones.
Flintstones, fucking Autopia. Oh, fucking Twinkle Toes Fred.
Wait, was there a comma in there? Because I don't think there was a comma in there. Now I have concerns. Anyway, while we're in the parks, guys, did you hear about this thing that Jordan's about to tell us about the Canada Pavilion in Epcot?
Oh boy. So apparently, the film, Canada Far and Wide, is no longer available. It is just something that's just popped up, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, and it is just no longer being shown, which is weird because it's brand new. It debuted in January of 2020 and was only being shown for 8-9 short weeks before the Disney World, before Disney World shut down for 3.5 months. So yeah, I don't know if the video was just not well received. They ended up not liking it. I don't know if it was supposed to be temporary until they found something else to do. But for right now, there is no video in the Canada Pavilion. So Canada Far and Wide with no reopening date in sight. There is speculation, though, that they might use that indoor area as an extension of Food and Wine. And speaking of, Food and Wine starts July 15th this year.
Oh man, it's happening.
Jesus, like this year, it seems like the Food and Wine Festival is going to last longer than the Confederacy.
But it might.
See,
correct me if I'm wrong though, but Food and Wine doesn't start until like late August, right?
Every year it's been creeping up, man.
Like I know that Halloween has kind of been creeping up into August. It's like the middle of August now. But man, Food and Wine in the middle of July. That's crazy.
Just wait until Halloween and Christmas start overlapping.
Someone should make a movie of that.
Good idea.
When does Flower and Garden end?
I think Flower and Garden ended in May. Like it ended a couple weeks ago, didn't it?
Like the end of May, right? And before that,
I don't even think it was the end of May.
But before that is the Arts Festival.
Right, which is pretty much February into March. Like or maybe it starts in January. I think it starts at the end of January and then runs through like the beginning or middle of March.
So
the festivals are spaced out enough to where they don't have to like
hurry and read.
Like they don't put the booth, like they don't take the booths out of World Showcase. Like they just stay there now.
Yeah, they're permanent fixtures now.
So like if I got a big a wall calendar with every day of the year just lined out on it, and I got a dart and threw it at this calendar, odds are I'm going to land on a festival day.
Oh yeah, like it's been like that for years. Like I feel like a lot of Epcot purists hate that. I'm okay with it. I like it. I like the festivals. I actually prefer festival Epcot to non-festival Epcot.
Oh no, it makes it a hell of a lot funner.
I agree with both of you. I'm 100% pro festivals. If it becomes a festival park, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
So, not only is it creeping back earlier into the year, now it's creeping into the Canada Pavilion too.
Yeah, so I don't know there's no speculation, there's a lot of speculation, but there's no confirmed word on what the deal is with the video. But as far as right now, it's gone, and there's no official word on if it's coming back or not.
Just take out the railing, put little like high top standing tables in there, like good, probably 3.5 foot round ones, and then just leave the circle vision video going the whole time.
But didn't they use the pavilion for Food and Wine last year? I could have sworn that they did.
I have no idea.
Or maybe they used it the year before last.
No, year before last I went and they weren't using it for, at least not that. They're using that little concert area behind Canada.
The festival arena?
Yeah, but they weren't using the circle vision thing.
Huh.
Or are we talking about the circle vision?
Yeah, we're talking about like the circle vision.
Just realized.
But I could have sworn that I had seen a video of people eating stuff there.
Hey guys, I gotta punch out. I gotta get this helicopter tied down and drive an hour to get back to my hotel room. Oh,
well, hey, Josh, thanks for stopping by the show today.
yeah, maybe someday I'll be on the full episode.
Don't get your hopes up.
Well, you're literally putting out fires, so I think your job is way more important.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at a fire. There's a lot of fire on this fire over here. Like, I see orange about half a mile from my face.
That's hot.
Yeah. Oh, there's some over there, too. I'm just going to stand here and point out the fires.
No, you can't do
that. What?
No, nothing. I said you can't do that. Go get your helicopter.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, bye, Josh.
If I can come back before we leave, I will. Bye. Love you.
Love you. All right, back to the... Are you leaving? Can't miss you if you don't leave.
Okay.
All right. Now he's just screwed up all the pictures. What?
Now the real show can start. Take it from the top, Jake.
Yeah. Oh,
wait, did he screw up our Twitch?
What?
Wait, did he screw up our Twitch feed?
No, yes, because now like it cuts out which videos are still up. I'm just moving them around. It's okay. We can still talk. So Anyway, speaking of, I really like the idea that Josh just had right before he dipped. Like if they just took that circle vision thing and put those tables in. Oh, now I've ruined everything. Anyway, and just put those tables in. And left the video playing, but like either at mute or low volume. That would be cool. That'd be like a cool place to eat.
I think it would be. I swear, I saw some vlogger or some vlog on YouTube where they were eating inside the Canada Pavilion or the video room with the Circle Vision.
It's very possible.
I have no idea who it was. And whenever I saw it, I don't know how old it would have been. Like if I watched it a year or two ago, I don't know if it was filmed 2 years prior to that. So but I could have sworn I had seen a video of some people eating food and wine type food on a tiny plate inside that room.
That would be cool. The way you're talking about it, it's like unlocking a core memory. Not a core memory, but one of those distant memories. Just that spark of familiarity. And I want to announce that this is the last time I will be drinking root beer on the show because I keep burping a lot and I feel bad every single time. I'm sorry to the listener.
That's what I was doing a couple weeks ago.
It's embarrassing for me. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with that with the Circle Vision Theater. And right now, if they're listening, I would like to pitch that they insert a tribute to the greatest rock band from Canada ever. The Holy Trinity.
Queen? No, they're not from Canada. They're from England.
Look, hey, Jordan, who's your favorite band? Just of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah.
The Beatles.
Okay. You got to have your band in Epcot.
Did I? I don't remember seeing the Beatles in Epcot.
Well, I mean, they did the British invasion. It wasn't the Beatles, but they were playing Beatles songs over in the UK pavilion. Just all I'm asking, just let me have my Rush. We were so close with Martin Short. So close.
Okay, just start over with your whole greatest band. They're fine. Just get it over with.
Anyway, I think they should just put a tribute to Rush in the Circle Vision Theater at Canada Pavilion, Epcot, USA. It's not going to happen, is it?
No, probably not. Okay. Have you heard Rush?
Damn it, Jordan!
Also, I seriously had a list of Canadian bands ready to go whenever you were going to say the greatest Canadian band, and I was going to jump in with any band that wasn't Rush.
I kind of want to hear your list because, like, right off the top of my head, I can only think of 3, and one of them I'm ashamed of.
Okay, what other 3? Yeah, what other 3 were you going to say?
No, not other 3. 3 including Rush. So.
Okay, what other 2?
So I had Sum 41.
Yeah.
And Bieber.
Arcade Fire. Arcade Fire, The Guess Who, and I'm pretty sure all of Broken Social Scene are from Canada.
Canada. All right.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Okay, but like
they're from. They were also in Guess Who. So
yeah, but I was talking about good bands.
Yeah, I was too.
Oh wait! I want to take the Biebs out completely. And I don't even feel bad, but let's put Celine Dion in there.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm totally. Yeah, I'm in. Celine Dion, Rush, and Sum 41. We're good. There, we got an attraction. spans the entire musical history of Canada.
I think we're making things worse.
Okay, that silence that just happened was powerful, and I felt it in my soul. And then I looked at you to make eye contact, and you just had the worst grimace on your face. And Jordan, I just want to apologize. I didn't mean to put you through that.
As you should.
Like it takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. And Josh is wrong. All right.
What else do we have in news?
We are done with news, but before we get into our main topic, Jordan, you had a question for the listeners.
Right, yeah. This is the new segment of the show, specifically just for this week, called Jordan Asks a Question. We don't have any music for it, so...
Jordan asks a question! Wow!
You'd be like one of those, like Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, but Jordan asks a question with a ding at the end of it. like a little radio jingle.
Look, here's the thing: if you're gonna make this a recurring
question,
if you're gonna make this a recurring bit, I will make that, and you know it.
Okay, well, we'll make it happen. Anyway, so my wife and I, Chelsea and I, were talking, and she sent me a text the other night and said, maybe we can go to Disney in December after all. Because we had been talking about it. She had been wanting to wait to go until February for my birthday. And I kept on kind of sliding in going like, why don't we go in December so we can see the Christmas stuff? Because the Christmas stuff is always fun. And she said, yeah, but we can wait and we can go on your birthday and you can have a birthday at Disney World. Which is cool. Don't get me wrong. I've spent 2 birthdays in Disney World and it is fan-fucking-tastic. I love it. But I've really missed the Christmas decorations. Anyway, flash forward to this week. She sent me a text going, maybe we can go to Disney in December. And I said, okay, where would you like to stay? Because all of the resorts still haven't opened.
This is true.
Come to find out, I for some reason, and I'm going off on a little bit of a side tangent on this real quick. For some reason, I was still under the impression that all of the moderates have not been opened. But apparently it's just the 2 Port Orleans resorts, which are the 2 resorts that we stay at.
Those are the good moderates.
Right. But Coronado, open, or at least part of it's open. Caribbean Beach, I think, is partially opened. Riviera, which I think is technically a moderate, is open. But yeah, Port Orleans, just the only 2 of the moderates that are not open. And I don't understand why. Anyway, and I said, okay, where would you like to stay? And she said, the Swan or the Dolphin. I think she was specifically talking about the Swan. She's like, we can go for 6 days for this much if we stay at the Swan. And I thought to myself, the Swan? Because we've talked about the Swan on this here show a couple of times, right? We know that it's on Disney property, but it's not a Disney resort. And it's run by the Marriott. However, you have the convenience of being right there you're still in the bubble and you're on the boardwalk essentially. So, my question is, Jake, should I go and stay? This just isn't a question to you. This is a question for all of our listeners. I need feedback because I've never once been to these resorts. I've only watched videos on YouTube of these resorts. So my question is, should we pay slightly less money? And when I say slightly less money, I'm talking about maybe $200 or $300 less. Should we pay slightly less money to stay at the Swan resorts, or should we pay a little bit more and stay at an actual Disney resort? Because when you stay at the Swan, the cast members, the people at the desk aren't cast members. They're Marriott. They're Marriott employees. There is no bus service to Hollywood Studios or Epcot. Theoretically, you can walk to Epcot, yes, and theoretically you can walk to Hollywood Studios, but there's no direct bus or transportation system there. And if you do want to go to, I guess, Disney Springs or other resorts or whatever, like, you have to walk to like the boardwalk or the yacht club and catch the bus from over there. So I'm not 100% sold on this idea of going to Disney and not staying at a Disney resort, because I think what really sells it for me is a big, like, theming is a big thing. Mm-hmm. And I love to be surrounded, like, of those Disney, the Disney theming in the hotels. And I'm afraid that if I go to the Swan, it's just going to be themed to a Marriott. So the question is, should I just take the plunge and stay at the Swan Hotel, or do you think I should wait and see what happens if something else opens up, or if Port Orleans opens up? Because right now there's no date in the books for Port Orleans. Like, is what you get at the Swan Resort worth the money that you pay to stay on Disney property? Is essentially what I'm getting at.
I'm gonna throw some feedback at you, which is kind of the entire point of asking a question. I understand. So as you were talking, I did not realize that Swan and Dolphin didn't have bus service to those two parks. So I just looked it up as you were talking, and you are correct. They do not have bus service, but they have the water taxis.
Hold on. Well, they're not running right now. At least not right this moment. In December, when we go, there's a good chance that they might be running. Also, I should note that there is no Magical Express from the airport to these resorts.
Well,
so we would have to take an Uber or a Lyft.
But in December, there won't be Magical Express anywhere, right?
January.
Oh, okay.
They're running through the rest of the year.
Okay.
So we'll still be in that window.
I do love Magical Express.
I don't know. I do love Magical, and I would like one last hurrah on the Magical Express, I think, before it goes the way of the dodo bird.
Second thing.
Okay.
The words "themed to a Marriott" really stuck out. Because I just imagined, look, everyone has stayed in a Marriott. We all know what the hallways look like. They all look different, but they all just, that kind of beige.
Right. It's one thing when you go to a Disney resort because your rooms have Disney stuff all over them. You're entrenched in all the Disney stuff. But when you go to Swan, from what I've seen through the videos, it's just a Marriott. And all right, so I know that a lot of people aren't big on the resorts, which is fine. And to some extent, I still do think that when you have a Disney resort, it's still just a room that you're going to sleep in. You're not going to hang out in your room. It's where you go to recharge, right? But it's still nice to be inside that bubble. Something else that I looked at that I was kind of on the fence on is that I told Chelsea, I said, well, they don't have any of the Disney breakfast stuff. Like, I can't get a Mickey waffle there. You can't get all the specialty Disney stuff that you get at a Disney resort. I'm like, you don't get any of that there. And she's like, yeah, but we can just walk over to Boardwalk. It's right there. And I thought to myself, like, at that point though, like, why would we pay to stay in one hotel to walk and do the stuff at the other hotel?
Right.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna break down and get a room at the Boardwalk hotel, even though that would be amazing. But I'm like, but we could easily stay at Caribbean Beach or Pop Century or something, and still get that, like, the whole, I guess, Disney-ness of it. I don't know. I've asked this question on Twitter. I put up a poll on Twitter, and people, there was a very overwhelming yes. I think it was something like 80-something% of people had said yes, you should say that, and a very low percentage of people that said no. And then I was also asking for feedback, and there were some people who were very pro Swan and Dolphin, which I'm not anti Swan and Dolphin, but also I'm not 100% sold on it yet. But if we go, there's a good chance that we might be staying at one of those hotels. So I basically, whenever we go, I am afraid that staying at this resort might take away from that, like the whole Disney bubble thing, regardless of if I'm in the bubble or not, because I feel like I would be just going again to a Marriott. I don't know. Maybe this is just my train of thought in early stages. I don't know, man.
I'm going to tell you right now, you sold me on a point that you made. Having to walk to another hotel for Mickey Waffles? No, I'm out. I'm never staying at the Swan and Dolphin.
So I said that to Chelsea, but Chelsea's still very, at the end of the day, if that's where she wants to stay, that's where we're going to go. Like that's like, it's not even going to be a tough decision. Like, okay, let's book it. Let's just go. But I don't know, man. Like I also say this as a person who has only stayed primarily at Port Orleans, and I don't mind. We've once stayed at All Star Movies. We've once stayed at Pop Century, and we've once stayed at Caribbean Beach. We stayed at All Star because that was our first trip. We didn't know any better. We stayed at Pop Century because it was a really good deal. And then we stayed at Caribbean Beach because it was a really short trip and we wanted to switch it up a little bit.
Swan and Dolphin doesn't have a Skyliner.
It does not, but technically we would be able to walk to the International Gateway and get on the Skyliner.
That's right. I keep forgetting the Skyliner. Yeah, but then, like, where would you go from there? Oh, I guess Hollywood Studios. Damn it!
Yeah.
Well, I'm still sold on...
And that was my thing, is like, I was like, well, there's no bus service to Hollywood Studios. And she's like, yeah, but we can walk there. Like, but by the time we walk there, we're going to be exhausted. Like, I'm not... So, it's already a long walk. And she's like, well, then we can just go and take the Skyliner. I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Like, that... I think it's a little bit of a shorter walk to the Skyliner to go, backtrack a little bit to Hollywood Studios, but I don't know. I don't know.
I'm still sold on the Mickey Waffles.
So basically at the end of this question, thoughts and opinions on Swan and Dolphin, you can send them to @Mickey Mutineers or @Jordan Gasly.
And if you send them
yesterday I was no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you send them to @Mickey Mutineers, I will forward them to Jordan Gasly. So either way works. Yeah. Choice is yours.
Yeah. So yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, I can't remember, I started messaging our friend of the show, Jillian, who is a travel consultant with Disney Travel and travel agent, and I had messaged her, and I was asking about it, and I was also asking her, like, any word on the street about Port Orleans? And the short answer was no. And then that's when she had told me, she's like, yeah, it's weird because they're the only ones that aren't open. And I thought to myself, I was like, are they the only ones not open? And then I ran down the laundry list of resorts in my head. I'm like, well, sure as shit. Yeah, those are the only ones that aren't open. And I don't understand why.
I don't like
and I don't think anybody else does. Yeah, me neither.
Oh shit. If you do go, are you going to use Jillian as a travel agent?
I don't know. I haven't.
Oh.
I don't think we've gotten that far yet.
Because, I mean, I know that, we're in the Disney community. We all know a lot of travel agents. So I just want to point out that I did use Jillian on my recent trip, and she was fantastic. Took care of everything. It was great.
That is Jillian as you wish.
Yeah, I do not mind plugging her services. Don't give me that look. She's going to listen to this and laugh. I know it. It's fine.
Well, we had one listener. Thanks for creeping her out, you creep.
I didn't even mean to. Halfway through the sentence, I realized what I was saying. Anyway, so answer Jordan's question. Jordan, we have a little bit of time. Let's jump right into our main topic.
Okay.
Because the main topic this week, last week we previewed Avengers Campus at California Adventure. This week,
Yes.
we are reviewing Avengers Campus at California Adventure because I have thoughts. And I was going to say...
I didn't even have a chance to view it.
Well, get out there.
Shit. Well, it's too late. We're already in the midst of the review.
Shit. Well, were you able to watch like the Spider-Man ride on YouTube?
I didn't watch any of the walkthroughs. I did watch a handful of people just walking around the area. A lot of people talking about the food. There were a lot of videos about the food specifically.
I mean, we spent the bulk of last week's episode on the food. There were some fantastic food options.
It's fair. That's fair.
So, what I want to address is, look, I feel like everyone listening to this at the moment is kind of in on Avengers Campus, the whole Disney thing. There was a lot of people that said it looked great. It looked amazing, fantastic. But there was a lot of people who did not think that. And, you know, everyone is free to have their opinions, but I want to address some issues. What?
Not everyone.
Okay, some people are allowed to have their opinions. You know what? Now that you mention that, I mean, I saw things on Twitter just today. You know, let's say most people are not allowed to have their opinions. But no, and I feel like a lot of the people that were hating on the Spider-Man ride and the Avengers Campus as a whole were missing a very important context. And Jordan, you've never been there, so I'm gonna provide you with this context. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
So Avengers Campus replaced a Bugs Land. We're going back in time.
Okay.
Bugs Land,
Right, like the Heimlich choo-choo.
yeah, Bugs Land replaced the Bountiful Valley Farm. Before we go any farther, let me describe to you the Bountiful Valley Farm. Now, keep in mind, this is a Disney amusement park, a Disney theme park. Bountiful Valley Farm was static tractor displays and an irrigation pipe maze. That was a land. You could go climb up and sit in real tractors. Hey! Yes. Anyway.
They did not pull out any stops when it came to that attraction, apparently.
They spared no expense. So obviously that land had to go. So they replaced it with Bugs Land because when they replaced it with Bugs Land, there was a very wide swath of people who had nothing to do at California Adventure. And these people we refer to as children. There was almost nothing for children to do at California Adventure. So they built Bugs Land. And in Bugs Land, like you said, you get the Heimlich's Choo Choo Train, you got Flix Flyers, you got the bumper cars. Okay, Tough to Be a Bug was already there. But it was just like its own thing. But you just got like, you know, a small batch of highly themed carnival rides, which kids loved. I liked Bugs Land. But it was just shitty flat rides for the most part. But it gave kids something to do. So, now they rip out Bugs Land and they replace it with Avengers Campus. This is the same demographic they're going for on Avengers Campus. Like, the Spider-Man web flingers? Flingers? Wait.
Web slinger.
Yeah, slinger. Like, the word just escaped me and I could see you. Anyway, so that is aimed at kids. Like, and Disney, I feel like Disney did a very smart thing because there's an insanely popular Spider-Man ride at Universal Studios in Florida. Insanely popular. By just taking it and, like, making a kids' arcade game they're not competing with that ride. People aren't going to make the comparisons, even though they did. And I showed the video of the ride to my 6-year-old, and his response was, he said, "So wait, it's like a video game?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "That's awesome!" And he can't wait to ride this ride. Because he is, and like, kids love Spider-Man. They picked the character that most kids love. And so, and like I said last week, they put it in the Tough to Be a Bug theater. After watching the video of it, I am surprised they fit that much into the Tough to Be a Bug theater. I'm impressed. They didn't have much room to work with. So, and because the one other ride in Avengers Campus is, the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. That has a height requirement. It's obviously not for kids. So in the span of 2 rides, you're covering a large, spectrum of age groups. And so I just want to give the Spider-Man ride credit where credit's due. They did what they could with the space that they had to the demographic that they were shooting for. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. And then the one other missing part of context is, and the land's not done. There's going to be I guess, 3rd phase. Is this the 2nd phase?
Well, isn't there a whole attraction that's supposed to be going into the actual campus building, like the Avengers Tower building or whatever it's called?
Yes, exactly. And that is going to be the main attraction. Like, you touched on this last week when you called Spider-Man, no, you called it the big ticket attraction. Never mind. Forget what I just said. It's essentially a C-ticket attraction, or D-ticket. The E-ticket attraction is going to be the big Avengers ride, and they've given us little tidbits on what it's going to be. They've described it as like flying into battle with the Avengers, and that's pretty much all we know. Which I saw a rumor that it's going to be the Flight of Passage 2.0 technology. Like they're going to enhance that. And
interesting.
Yeah, and if they did that, I'm all in. Like, imagine Flight of Passage, but you're flying into battle with the Avengers. That would be amazing.
How big is the ride building behind the facade?
Oh, well, see, that's the problem. They went full Haunted Mansion, 1966, and there is no ride building behind the facade.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a facade. You can look at it on Google Earth. It's still just a parking lot back there.
Wow, but that's where it's eventually going to go.
Yeah, so, we're talking like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
But it will happen. But, that's how the Mission Breakout was. That was, 2 or 3 years ago, and now we finally got the rest of the land, and then they'll just... Also, we did just get through we're still in it, but a global pandemic that is hitting Disney's pocketbooks, so the phased opening of these rides also makes sense in that regard. So I just want to lay out that context, and, if you still hate the ride, all right, but I'm very excited for it, and so are kids.
I kind of was on Friday whenever it opened, and I was scrolling through Twitter on and off all day. I kind of got tired of seeing all of the Bugs Land jokes or the Bugs Land memes, and I don't know. Whenever I never experienced Bugs Land, I don't have any memories to Bugs Land, so maybe it's way easier for me to separate myself from it. But every time I saw a meme with Heinleich's Choo Choo, and I was like, it's been fucking gone for years. You're only doing this now because Avengers is opening. Why? And honestly, man, if you and I'm probably biased, but if you tell me, hey, we have a choice between making 2 lands for this theme park, and one is themed to the Avengers, and the other one is A Bug's Life. Buddy, I'm telling you, I'm picking the Avengers all day, every day, over A Bug's Life, because fucking what? Like, of course I would rather do the Avengers stuff. I would rather do the shittiest ride in Avengers than the best ride in A Bug's Life all day, every day. And I also realize that I say that as a 38-year-old man. Like, I'm not the demographic that they're probably going for, but I'm going to go and I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Everything you just said. I mean, Avengers is literally their number one moneymaker right now. More than Star Wars. Freaking Endgame is the biggest money-making movie of all time. All time! So,
man, I got knocked out again by Avatar lately or recently.
What was there?
Yeah, I got Avatar. Avatar got reissued in the theater, and then it knocked Avengers down back to number 2.
Son of a... Well, Disney owns that too, so whatever. But there's not 23 Avatar movies.
No.
Yet. Anyway.
But I think we're lucky if we get a second one at this point.
You know, it's going to happen. Is it? I don't know. But not to sound like I am suckling at the teat of Disney, I did watch the Doctor Strange stage show. A little underwhelmed.
It was fun. I thought it was fun.
There was like,
I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do?
I thought the pacing was off.
Maybe it was just the one that you saw. Who knows?
It's true. No, like you're absolutely right. My complaint can be easily solved. Like next week, this show could be amazing just by cutting out a few lines, and then I'd just eat crow. So that the fact that is my biggest complaint. Look, if I went there tomorrow, I would watch the hell out of that show. But I had to pick on something, so it was that. But I don't know. I was underwhelmed. The effects were cool though. I liked it. Okay. I love that they brought Dormammu into it. I wasn't expecting that.
No, I wasn't either. Like, you know, and he does his thing. He comes out, he talks to people, and then he goes back in time. And he's like, "I'll be back 5 minutes ago," and then he comes back out, and he starts the whole thing over again, like he hadn't talked to the audience. But then he sees that his cabinet is open. And he's like, "Oh, I've already done this." So, yeah. Like, I thought it was clever. I thought it was pretty cool.
I did enjoy that part. Again, just a few pacing things. You might be right. It might have been the one show I watched. Let me go back and watch some more videos. Like, I want to see it at nighttime. Mm-hmm. Did you watch a nighttime one or a daytime one?
No, I didn't watch a nighttime one. I don't think nighttime hours have been available for it yet.
Oh, maybe there's no nighttime one then.
Has it? Maybe. Well, no. I mean, I'm sure it is. Like, I just don't think the park has stayed open until the sun has gone down since Friday.
Oh, right. Because it's summertime and the sun doesn't go down till tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, I hate it. But that's my personal problems. Anyway, so that's my review on Avengers Campus. I just wanted to lay some context down for everything. I am super look, I'm going to be honest. When you asked your question 15 minutes ago about, you know, going to Disney, when you first said going to Disney, my mind was like, "Oh, Disneyland?" And I got all excited. I was like, "Jordan, can I come with you or meet you there?" But no, they need Disney World.
No, Disney World. Trust me, I'm still barking up the tree to go to Disneyland. Hopefully that might happen within the next year or two, because she's also really dead set about wanting to go on the Disney Wish to go on a cruise. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, we didn't talk about the Spider-Man animatronic that you had teased a second ago or a few minutes ago. So I didn't realize that was a straight up animatronic that is just flinging himself through the air or launching himself through the air. That is nuts.
It is insane. And the movements that it does, I saw most of it on TikTok because a lot of people were making TikTok videos because Spider-Man flying through the air is the perfect TikTok video. He does different movements each time.
That's nuts.
It's insane. Like, this is one of the most... It makes me laugh because it's one of the most advanced animatronics that they have. And its entire purpose is to be launched through the air. I just hope that it doesn't turn into, like, the new Fantasyland dragon. I hope it sticks around, because damn it, it's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. I hope that it's easy to repair if it needs to be repaired, because it would suck that they would, if they spent all this time creating it and then had to retire it just because it was unreliable.
Yeah, but let's be honest. When was the last time an animatronic became unreliable and they had to shut the whole thing down? That hasn't happened.
Looking at you, Galaxy's Edge.
Wait, what?
Said I'm looking at you, Galaxy's Edge.
No, I mean, I heard you, but is there an animatronic that's not working there?
Buddy, they were supposed to have droids just driving around Galaxy's Edge. They were supposed to have full-on droids just out and about.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that was like one of the big things at the beginning.
Damn it. I was referencing the Yeti, but now I'm sad.
Oh, well, all that too.
But no, the Spider-Man stunt animatronic is, damn it is so good. And the way that, look, the little Spider-Man performance that he does up there, I loved it. It is cheesy and dumb and fantastic. Like, I was all in on the Spider-Man performance. And then when he, doing his little flips over the boxes and he goes backstage and that's when the animatronic gets launched and he comes out on the other side. I was such a sucker for that. Like, that is... I was watching it on YouTube, grinning like an idiot the whole time. Also, I was wondering if one of the lines he says, I don't know if he says different things, but when Spider-Man comes out and looks down at the audience, he says, "You all look like ants down there." And I'm wondering, like, was that the Bugs Land reference?
Maybe.
It could have been. It used to be covered in ants.
Yeah.
So, big ants, like 6 feet tall. It was amazing. Anyway, that's all I got on Avengers Campus. Jordan, you got anything else on Avengers Campus?
One of the videos I saw was inside the PIM test kitchen, and the beer mugs fill from the bottom up.
I saw that. I forgot I saw that. What is the source?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't. Well, it's science apparently. If you're in the PIM test kitchen, so I didn't get a chance. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But I did. I had the video up, and I can't remember if the video that I saw showed all the food that they got. But I still want to see some more like the food that we talked about from PIM's Test Kitchen. But I did see that there were like 3 or 4 vlogs that was just food specific, and I'm like, I don't have to watch all of these. But now I'm like, shit, I might have to actually go and watch all of these because I don't know whenever I'm going to get out there.
And like we said earlier, the food looks fantastic. I saw one video. I didn't watch it, and now I kind of regret not watching it. I think the video was titled, "We Ordered Everything." And I wish I would have watched that, but I did. Same with you. I saw people in videos between YouTube and TikTok of all the food, and that purple cream puff thing.
Oh yeah,
I saw someone like squeeze into that and rip it apart. Oh
man,
my goodness, Jordan! There was like ASMR food edition, and it was amazing. And then I was like, I bet that tastes good too. So, yeah. I want to eat all that food.
Yeah, I don't understand why everybody was on the internet was. I feel like there's just a certain sect of Diz Twitter that will shit on anything Disney, but will also still go to Disney.
Right, exactly.
And I think it's a really weird thing to do.
Does it get clicks or something? Look, when Galaxy's Edge opened, a lot of people were shitting on that. We've both been to Galaxy's Edge. That's far and away the greatest theme park experience I've ever had. Far and away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, so, you know what? You're absolutely right. Like, some people are just gonna hate it.
And I don't understand why, unless they just want to have, like, the snark clout on Twitter. I can think of a couple of accounts that do that just for snark clout, and like, man, like sometimes I want to say something, but other times, like, what the fuck is it gonna matter? Because no one gives a shit what I have to say.
Yeah. Maybe, look, if that's how you have to get ahead on Diz Twitter, I don't want to be ahead. So, and anyone listening to this who's on Diz Twitter, you know exactly what accounts we're talking about too. One is 21 Royal Street. Yeah, I'll call him out. He writes for Mice Chat. I don't care. He has terrible taste in things.
Yes, I didn't know we were going hard. Okay.
No, he's been a thorn in my side for like 15 years.
Now, what an asshole.
Right? That's the only one I'm going to call out. So, and everybody knows. Although I did agree with him on some things. Not Disney-related stuff, just politically. But anyway. Yeah, so that's Avengers Campus, and we're going to wrap this show up. Jordan, are you ready to wrap this up?
Ready to wrap it up? You ready to wrap it up?
I'm ready to wrap this up. Hey, next week, this is important. We will not be doing Mickey Mutineers. We will be doing the Mutineer Disaster Hour. And we need some audience participation on this, because what Josh wants to do, he's not here to say it, so I'll say it for him. He had this idea for a topic where us and or the listeners are going to pick the superpowers of superheroes from comic books, Marvel, DC, whatever. Throw some heroes at us, or villains, just someone with superpowers, and we're going to talk about how we would use those superpowers in very boring, everyday situations.
I'm into this.
Yeah.
I'm into this.
So, again, just like Jordan's questions, send all your suggestions, and don't feel like you're going to send too many, but send everything you have to either at Mickey Mutineers or at Jordan Gasly. We'll get it around to each other. That's next week's show. Guys, you've been listening to the Mickey Mutineers this week. I'm Jake, that's Jordan. Get out. Oh, I'm sorry, that was rude. Please.
That was mean.
Get out. Jordan, have you never made a phone call on a slot machine?
No.